God is not a Christian. No, God is not a Christian. God is too big to be contained in human-made religion. God is not a Muslim. God is not a Hindu. God is not a Buddhist. Do you know that Christianity was used to justify slavery? Do you know that in the book of Ephesians, in Paul's letter to the Ephesians, he tells people to obey their earthly masters, even the harsh ones? Do you know that the Dutch Reformed Church, on the basis of which apartheid in South Africa was founded, was based on Christianity? Do you know that the Bible has been abused and misused? So, when we talk about the Bible, when we talk about Christianity, you are talking about a man-made thing. That is why we have the Roman Catholic man-made. That is why we have the Anglican man-made to allow King Henry VIII to marry. They are going to have a schism in the church sooner rather than later because of LGBTQ. Man-made. That is why we have SDA man-made. That is why we have Presbyterian man-made. That is why we have Methodist man-made. Tell me which denomination Jesus belonged to. None. But I'm in the business of reminding all of us that the prayer breakfast can become an annual ritual without more. Don't make it an annual ritual where we come to say with our mouths what we do not believe in our hearts. There must be a wedding between the words of our mouths and our deeds. That is what character is all about. And I also want to remind this audience, as the good book says, we must in the nature of things be Christians of Berea. If you read the Acts of the Apostles, Paul says that he liked the Christians of Berea because whenever the word had been preached, they went out and read the word to confirm if what had been preached was true. And I also want you to go and read. We are talking about character and the followership. Throughout the ages, men and women have followed evil men. And these are those days that we must warn ourselves. I'm encouraging you, if you are a Christian of Berea, go and fact check what I'm saying. You can even fact check it as I'm speaking. Read the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 24. In the end days there shall come many Christs, and they shall work wonders, and they shall mislead even the very elect, if it were possible. And I'm also telling you that the same Bible tells us that you cannot pretend to be lovers of God whom you have not seen if you do not love your brothers and sisters whom you see. And I was asking myself, why must 5 people pray? Why can't it be one? Why? They all serve the same thing. Why can't one person pray? 3 members of parliament have to pray. Why? Is God deaf? Must we repeat things to God? When Christ himself is asked, teach us how to pray, he prays in less than a minute. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Full stop, just pray. All these things that we are in the business of asking, God knows before you ask. If he can number the hair on your head, if he knows your thoughts before you say them, don't be like Pharisees. Let us warn ourselves. And let us remind ourselves, as I said yesterday, prayer without action is superstition. We must do the right thing. Then I've been asked in the context of character to say why Africa is attractive throughout the ages. Africa has always been attractive. It was attractive to the Greeks. They came here and they created their philosophy. Then they called it Greek philosophy. The Romans were here. Christ himself, in the days of adversity, he came here. Muhammad, the founder of Islam, was here. The Chinese were here. The Arabs were here. The Portuguese were here. The Spaniards were here. The Dutch were here. The Danes were here. The English were here. The French were here. The Germans were here. This is the mother continent, the cradle of humanity. And whenever they have come here with religion, which they have manipulated. And I want to submit and agree with Desmond Tutu